All good.
All
thank
good.
you.
All good. Yeah.
Great.
Thank
I wanted to thank you guys for taking time to speak with me today.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
I
us.
want to talk about a little sextasy. How long
Yeah.
did it take to put the material together, my friends?
Well,
Well,
to
We
write
can't
it,
say no more.
to write it, plus or minus half a year,
4 months.
4 months,
months.
4 or
Yeah.
5 months, and to record it another half a year, and to produce it another half a year, and to design all the stuff another half a year. So all in all, 2 years.
2 heavy fucking years.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
I love the album from top to bottom. It's a great time album. It's
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's
Good
a
to
party
hear.
in a package, my friends.
little question
Thanks.
there. How did you hear about the album? How did you find it?
A friend of mine from over in your area told me about it and said, you need to check this album out. And I checked it out.
Yeah.
And I loved it from top to bottom. Definitely.
Yeah, very-
That's
Thanks, man.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
And one thing we should talk about right now is never forgetting to drink. I wanted to ask you if you could speak on that track.
Yeah, well, we are not forgetting to drink.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
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 It's a song about our life, you know.
Mhm.
It's very philosophic.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Um.
It was also very easy to write. Like, I think it was like 2 or 3 writing sessions that we had, and then the song was all set.
Yeah.
Really, just came to us.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe a bit about the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to explain the lyrics.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But what one has to add is that we care about everyone who's listening, so they don't dehydrate. So that's really important, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Remind them to drink enough. And, really important.
And I wanted to ask you as well if you could talk about Turn It Up. That's my favorite track on the album.
Thanks.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you're the first one saying that, by the way. Thanks, man. Yeah, you were wondering about the phone calls in the pre-choruses, maybe. So there's story behind that. Those are we reenacted like literal phone calls or commentary, shall we say, we received from our neighbors here from our band room, you know, and they were, some of them were quite angry. Yeah, so one complains about how we should not ride like a pocket bike at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday through the middle of the village. Another one complains about the state of her store, which was slightly vandalized from some of our guests here. And the third call was not happy because there were some really drunk people sleeping in the fields or in his garden. So
And
that
we were,
happened.
and we were throwing fireworks out of our window.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't really like that as well.
Yes.
Nobody know why.
Yeah.
It's usual here, man.
right.
Come
Man,
on.
it's like customary. It's
I wanted to ask you as well, how did the videos go for you for Sin City and Rockin' Man?
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
The videos.
yes.
Wat van mij betreft.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Do you mean how we made
Did
them?
everything go well in making the videos or any
Oh yeah.
events?
We're very lucky. One friend of us is a very talented videographer, and so we meet in the band room and we discuss like, okay, what do we want to do in the video? What do we show? And then he plans everything and we brainstorm, and then we usually have 1 or 2 days where we gather and do take all the shots, and usually also we record most of the shots like in the area where we live, so it's very
And
close.
It's fucking tiny area. It's
Yeah,
very rural
yeah,
where we live, so we don't have that much possibilities.
Yeah.
But we look around and just check out some nice spots to make a
Mhm.
video. Then we talk to the people who own those areas. We make friends with them and have the possibility to use everything. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, it's-
very around us.
Well, maybe that's cool to build up on. We do as much as we can ourselves actually,
Yes.
because we found out that's the way we roll, that's the way we are. Like for example, all the recordings on the album were made in this room here by us.
Yeah.
We
In
just
our
gave
band room.
in our band room, and we just sent the files out for mixing and mastering, but everything beforehand was done by us here. And with the videos, it's the same thing. We have one guy, Fabio Giantera, and he's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
He does everything from start to finish with us, and we discuss every little detail with him. And then the support from everyone around here is like really, really big.
Yeah.
Which may be due to us living in a small village and not in a city, you know, because everyone knows everyone, and well,
If we need help, we get it.
we get it.
We're the hometown heroes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, what can fans look for next from their hometown heroes?
Well, now we are playing some shows here in
Yeah.
Switzerland and a few in Germany, and are looking forward to maybe do some more shows. Yes, that's the first thing, and the second thing is after an album release is before the next album release, you know.
Yeah.
So we are starting writing sessions for the new album after Sextasy, like next week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
And,
on our left, there's a whiteboard, and there's one date, it's the 1st of March 25.
Let me show you.
Yeah, show him.
Can you read that?
Yes.
That's the 1st of March 2025, and that's our goal, to be finished with the next album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To write the next
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, to write
To
the
write
The
next
the
writing
album.
Yeah.
sessions shall be done
Yeah.
by then. Then we'll go to the studio, or like we'll record everything, and hopefully we'll release
Yeah.
another album in like a year or a year and a half, and
So
then
now we have to work, we lazy motherfuckers.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys if you could take me back in time and tell me how the band formed.
Okay, I think that's a question for Merlin.
Okay. Well, you have some time. No, actually, the whole thing started because in this building we are now, up above, there was like an office from my dad, and he left that place and moved into another office, like one where there is actual central heating, which is kind of important in Switzerland. So then there was like this empty room, and I just annexed it and we said just, yeah, we'll make a band room, but there was no band. And then that was a really long time ago, like 10 years ago or something. And then we had the space where we could like do music, but actually just be stupid youths, you know, like
Oh, shit.
yes, idiots between like 12 and 18 years old, you know.
The youth went wild that time.
You know, yes, that's what it was. We didn't make music actually. We just like
Yeah.
a
There was a
little
lot
bit.
of beer and a lot of smoking.
Yes, and a lot
When
of
we grew older, then suddenly the music like came into the game.
yes. So at first it was just like an island where we could do everything that God forbid, and especially our parents forbid. So that was used for that, and after that, well, then the band kind of formed, like really naturally. First with a different drummer and different bassist, but pretty soon then we were like in the formation we are now, and since then we swore, like we told each other, like, well, now's the time where we just hung out and drank beer and smoked cigarettes was over. Now we start working, and now we will do something, and now we want to do cool shit. And
it's a great constellation because we all know each other since we are, I think, 3 years old or 4 years old.
Wow.
So that's
Even since day zero, that fucker is my
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. And Timon was my neighbor when we were like 3 or
3
4
years,
years,
yeah,
3 years
yeah.
old, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we know each other way back
Since
from way
we were
back when.
toddlers,
So
yeah.
there's a deep friendship in this band as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not only the music.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if the band could pick anyone to tour with, what would be your pick?
Airborne.
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 Yes.
Airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome,
But because
yeah.
we would get schooled by them on how to do a gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you guys, along your journey, did you have any advice that was given to you guys along the way?
Yeah, there was a lot of advice given along the way. Well,
Some was also useful.
Yes.
Don't play loud at 2 a.m. on Tuesday.
Don't ride bikes in the middle of the night in the village.
No, no. Actually, just keep on going. Is
Yeah,
probably
Yes.
the advice we get the most and that we believe in as well, because
Yeah.
just have to keep on going.
And I think
don't
it
stop.
starts to show. Like, we've been making music for a long time, and like since last year, things really start to speed up. Like, some festival shows come that we can play. Like, we were able to play at one of the biggest festivals in Switzerland on the main stage. It wasn't a Sunday.
The first band on a Sunday, but
First band on a Sunday, but it was still main stage.
Nevertheless.
There were like
Yeah.
1,000 people
Yeah.
watching us, and like
Yeah.
yeah,
it slowly starts to show that the hard work we put into this band pays off. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
That's
it.
right.
Quote by Bon Scott.
Yeah.
But there's another thing. Some people told us to keep our shit in our own hands as long as possible.
Yeah.
And don't sign crappy contracts or stuff like that.
Sure.
And that's also something we're very honest about, because we just want to handle our own business, and it also makes sense till this point we're now, and it's a nice feeling to be the master of your own work, and that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially
Sure.
since we are as Tony told before, we are next to being bandmates, we are just really, 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 really good friends,
Yeah.
and we do everything. We do everything very democratically. We just we like vote on every subject, you know. It's just like if not all of us stand behind the decision, we will not make a decision, and so it's for us, it's like very nice just to be our own bosses, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just to go forward and don't stop, you know.
And I think that's one of the great things about the band is the originality of your sound. And it'd be a shame to have someone else coming in and putting a thumb down and saying, well, maybe we should try it this way or try it that way. It'd take you away from the uniqueness of the band itself.
Yes, thanks,
Thank
man.
you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Also, when you talk about uniqueness of sound, we just like we found out or we know that we can play diverse stuff. We're not just like one music genre. We play like music in a lot of subgenres of rock and roll or heavy metal. But that stems from 4 people writing the songs all together. We write all the songs together as 4 people.
Yeah.
And we all have music taste that ranges from like sometimes smooth jazz to classical music and to death metal or well, it's like really diverse, and everyone brings their influence like into the band, and so that's part of the fun for us as well. Just to we have only one criteria when it comes to writing songs, and that's it. Do we like it or do we not like it?
Yeah.
And if
Right,
we like
sure.
something we write, then we will keep proceeding and writing on it more until it becomes a finished song. And that's the only criteria. It doesn't have to fit like a schematic or something, or it doesn't have to match our sound, because we don't really have that pinpoint sound that we make, you know. So that's also very nice.
Another question I had for you is, everyone needs a little ecstasy in their life. What's the best way to get a hold of a merchandise and a physical copy of the album?
Yeah.
Order it on our website, voltagearc.com.
Yes.
Hell yeah! If
Hell
you
yeah.
do that, we have self-painted fan cards. It's fucking self-painted, and everyone who buys something in the store gets a self-painted card by Voltage
Hell
Art.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Check the-
Oh yeah, and some more stuff. Look at that. Can you see what this is?
No, is that condom?
Oh, yeah! It smells like strawberry, man.
Hell yeah. If that ain't ecstasy, I don't know what is.
Yeah, well, yes. That's fun.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you guys, if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
Thank you for listening to us
Yeah.
and supporting us and coming to our shows and buying our merch and just be around for a nice time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
Keep
wanted
on.
to take a moment to thank you guys for creating an album that I enjoyed from top to bottom. You guys have a great, unique sound and made me want to explore the rest of your catalog. And
Thanks, man.
please feel free to update me at any time with any new news as it comes around, my friends.
Yes, we will do.
We will.
We will.
All right.
Thanks.
You take care, my friends. Cheers.
Take
Cheers.
care, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Of
Have a
course.
nice day.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.